So, tariffs, do they affect healthcare? The answer is yes. The question is how. So as of last May, the United States spent $15 billion on importing medical equipment. In fact, we import about 69% of our medical devices. So we are very reliant on the global supply trade to supply our healthcare system. And we rely on these other countries to manufacture the things that we need and use every day. So what happens when you put tariffs on goods? The importing company has to pay an extra premium to import that item. So let's do the math. This is an article that we wrote last month about healthcare and tariffs, and we used this example to illustrate how much the costs can go up. So let's take that box of gloves and let's assume that it costs $1 pre-tariffs. Now, if there's a 20% tariff on the country producing the gloves, and let's assume an 80% pass-through rate, so that means the importer is responsible for 80% of that increased cost. So a 20% tariff means 20 cents on a box of gloves, 80% pass-through rate means an extra 16 cents that the importer is responsible for paying to import that box. Let's again make some assumptions. Let's say a hospital uses about 200 boxes of gloves a day. So in a given week, you have 200 times 7 times the new cost. And if you subtract from that the old cost, you get $224 per week more that those boxes of gloves are going to cost because of the import tax. Let's round up and say that's an extra $1,000 a month. And that's just gloves. Think of all the other supplies that we use in a hospital: gowns, masks, equipment, stuff that gets thrown out, stuff that sometimes doesn't get thrown out and needs to be reused but breaks, and so we need to buy new. If tariffs are on all of that, and those things cost hundreds and thousands of dollars per unit. And so then the cost then is exponentially higher to import them, and everything gets messed up. Check out my next video for how tariffs can affect the industry itself and not just the cost of supplies, and like and follow so you can see what else we put out.